Hey guys, thanks for joining me tonight for an installment of BrickWall Anime May. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to subscribe, like, share our YouTube channel, BrickWall Reviews. Thanks for everybody who has made suggestions and had comments and just anything towards this review, as it is going to be another Pokemon review as it relates to the first Pokemon movie, and this one is I'm gonna use this term genetically enhanced, um, genetically modified version of the first Pokemon movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back, as it is called Evolution at the end. As I reviewed 2 weeks ago with my guest Cheryl, the first Pokemon movie, which we all fell in love with. That was one of the, you know, pretty much, whatever grade you were in, middle school, whatever, high school, even adults, who loves anime? So whatever grade or however old you were, who didn't watch Pokemon, who didn't want to be a Pokemon trainer, who wished that they were traveling with Ash or even traveling on their own. So this second movie, it premiered in Japan in 2019 and the United States in 2020, February of this year. It's pretty much the same. It's almost the same movie. I'm not gonna say it's pretty much the same. It's almost the same. There are a lot of similarities, while there are also differences, as this movie delves or whatever into the evolution of Mewtwo. The first Pokemon movie didn't really do too much of that. It just showed Mewtwo, coming out being a boss, coming out just wanting to, tear shit up. But this movie actually tells us why he wants to tear shit up. So anyway, so after a scientific experiment leads to the creation of a clone of from Mew, known as Mewtwo, Mewtwo sets out to destroy the world. Ash and his friends then decide to thwart Mewtwo's evil plans after finding out what it was. So, like I said, if you watch the first Pokemon movie, you've pretty much seen this one, but this one has some in depth to it as it relates to Mewtwo. So, why was Mewtwo mad? Because he didn't know who he was. He's trying to find out who he is, and it's to him, it's like the humans are pretty much laughing at him, like, what am I? Who am I? How am I? Where am I? The whole little, I'm laughing at that part because that reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy with what's his name? Whatever. I can't remember his name right now, but it's funny. Anyway, who am I? What's Gamora? Who's Gamora? That's so that's funny. Anyway, this movie is, of course, I like the imagery or whatever. I like the way this movie looked. To me, it looked better than the first Pokemon movie. Of course, it's years later. Years later. The first Pokemon movie is, oh shit, where is it? Anyway, I can't find it now. But anyway, the first Pokemon movie takes place in the 1999, 2000, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna have to pull up my source because I thought I had it there, but for some odd reason, it is not coming up. But anyway, this movie takes place years after the first Pokemon movie. And I'm glad that it did because I'm sure they heard or whatever. And it, like I said, it gives us more in depth on the actual character, one of the main characters, Mewtwo. So Mewtwo, it shows the scientists wanting to pretty much, they found remains of Mew, who is pretty much, the most powerful Pokemon. So they decided to create their own. And this one actually goes into depth showing the scientists being successful with creating Mew. And so once creating Mewtwo, so once Mewtwo kind of comes into himself, he's like, hold on, what's going on here? What's the celebration? What's happening? Who am I? Where am I? How am I? That will forever be funny to me. But anyway, so he's pretty much going into that. I mean, which, can you blame him? I'm pretty sure babies ask that same thing. They come busting out the womb, however they come out, whether it's C-section or, the natural way. What's going on? I was just warm and comfy and cozy. Now they got me out here, huh? Who am I? Where am I? But anyway, so it's kind of like similar to that. I mean, we can't remember when we were babies, but I'm pretty sure we would have had the same questions. We looking around, don't know who these people are. We had to go off the smell of pretty much our mother or whoever around, the sound of people's voices. So, he's finally awakening and nobody can really give him answers. Like, we made you. And I mean, I'm like, damn. Okay, we made you. All right. You are the most powerful. We did this. You're pretty much ours and stuff like that. Okay, so oh yeah, Jax versus Mewtwo. Yeah, that is funny. So yeah, it's like damn. So I'm kind of on Mewtwo side, which I kind of was in the first one too, because people have reasons for doing things, and but this one actually, you sympathize a little more with Mewtwo, and of course his plight was evil. Of course he didn't have to go that route, but he felt that that's the only way for him to get answers. And why did he feel that way? Because of how he was brought out, the way people brought him out. So I mean, come on. You are subject to act the way you're according to your environmental settings. He grew up in a laboratory. He see people over there praising themselves and doing this. What does he want to do? He wants to praise himself as well. So anyway, Mewtwo in this one, they actually show him, you know, pretty much tagging, not tagging along, I won't say tagging along, but he pretty much befriends a human who, acts like he wants to, the best for Mewtwo. He's putting him in armor and stuff like that when he actually wants to use Mewtwo as well. Mewtwo does not want to be used. Mewtwo really wants to find out what's going on himself. And it's like nobody can give him those answers. They just see him as the most ultimate Pokemon and they want to take him for themselves. So, I can sympathize with Mewtwo. I get it, Mewtwo. I get it. Like, I'd have been mad too. I mean, shit, wouldn't we have all been mad? I mean, you can't say that you wouldn't have been because you're being used. Who wants to be used? Nobody. So yeah, I mean, like I said, he went the wayward way with it, but so anyway, he then after they showed pretty much that portion of it. Look at this. He I'm sorry, I'm still looking for the thing. But anyway, after he goes into that portion of it, then of course then it goes to where he is pretty much watching the Pokemon trainers and wanting to just pretty much I can't find nothing I want to find tonight. But anyway, he's pretty much trying to figure out what, who can he challenge, because he's challenged people with his master before and he's beaten every Pokemon that's been brought to him. So now he's looking around to see what trainers may actually have strong Pokemon or who the popular trainers are. And so, of course, we all know he stole Nurse Joy. So Nurse Joy is pretty much his minion. And so she's like, so you want me to send an invitation to that person, this person, whoever person? Yeah. So like I said, this story pretty much takes on the same pattern as the first movie, to where, Mewtwo created the storm and the strongest Pokemon trainers, they pretty much, whoever makes it is considered the strongest Pokemon trainer to him. So they all like 3 or 4 Pokemon trainers. Well, not gonna count Ash, Misty, and Brock. I'm gonna count them as a collective for right now. So I'm gonna count them as one group. So them, and I'm not gonna count Team Rocket because they technically didn't get invited. Of course, do they ever get invited? But yeah, so we have Team Rocket, they're not counted. So we have Ash and his crew and probably 3 more Pokemon trainers. And so I'm so mad I can't find what I want to find right now. But anyway, they have about 3 more Pokemon trainers. Can I search for it? And so the Pokemon trainer's like, yo, Mewtwo comes out like, I'm the boss, I'm Rick Ross, stuff like that. So Mewtwo comes down the stairs like not down the stairs, he levitates himself down, or a little elevator or whatever. He comes on down. He's like, yo, it's me. I'm here. He's talking through Nurse Joy with his powers. And they're like, well, damn. He's like, yeah, I'm the greatest Pokemon and Pokemon trainer. Oh, boy, was like, nah, bro, you can only be one. You can't be a Pokemon and the greatest Pokemon trainer, too. I said I'm the greatest Pokemon and I'm the greatest Pokemon trainer. So what's up? And so, all right, you got a problem with it? Poof. He didn't poof him away. His powers kind of tossed him around a little bit. Well, damn, you two, you fighting humans too? You dirty. And I know humans ain't got no power. You were wrong. But you know what? He probably felt that humans had power based off, and this is just coming to me, just based off of them being able to make him. He probably figured they had some type of power. And then also the person that he came into contact with after leaving his makers or destroying his makers had some type of power and influence as well. So, these are the most powerful Pokemon trainers who have beat the storm. So he probably just figured, I'm just gonna do what I want with these people. But you was wrong for that, Mewtwo. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. But anyway, see, I did all this and I could just typed it in. But anyway, so Mewtwo, so the man gets mad, sends his Pokemon after him. Of course, we all know. And Mewtwo is sitting there, nah, bro. He's fighting him or whatever the case may be. And he's fighting the Pokemon. So the other Pokemon trainers, of course, everybody wants to have the superior Pokemon. So they're going to send the Pokemon out to him. And of course, Mewtwo beats their ass. And he's like, you know what? Just because I won just now, I'm taking your Pokemon. Just like he did in the first one. Like I said, if you've seen the first movie, you've pretty much seen the second one, except this one is a little bit longer. What is that? Oh, yeah, except for this one is a little bit longer. And it oh, no wonder I couldn't find it. Duh, Sam. I'm so smart. I am smart. But anyway, crazy, right? But anyway, yeah, duh. So this one was an hour and the first one was an hour and 14 minutes. The second one is an hour and 38 minutes. So that gives us those 14 minutes are well worth watching. They give us the explanation that we need on Mewtwo, and it allows us the opportunity to get to know Mewtwo and why he is so damn mad. Why is Mewtwo mad? The first movie pretty much just jumps into it. You don't know what's really going on or whatever. We know that he's a genetically modified organism, aka Pokemon, whatever the case may be. But we did not know, Mewtwo's story. And even though this one is pretty much a surface story as well, but it allows us to get to know him a little bit better. And kind of, see if we want to sympathize with him or with, the other people, or if we want to sympathize with whoever we want to sympathize with. So I like this one, and I like the fact that it's more modern. I like the of course, like I said, I liked everything about this particular movie. Yeah, so the first one was released in Japan in 1998. So I was close guessing. I knew it was around that time. Don't ask me how I knew. Just know that I know. Okay, don't worry about all that extra. But anyway, yeah. So of course you have the same cast members, pretty much. And then the Pokemon fights. Yeah, sad. So like I said, the same Pokemon fights. Like the Pokemon look better. I mean, they were more defined, and just different things like that. But at the end of the day, it was like I said, what really brought this movie out was the differentiation between Mewtwo in the first movie and Mewtwo in this movie. Just the breakdown of his being. What I like the most about this movie, let me think. I'm not gonna say Ash dying. I'm not, or am I? Did I like him dying? You know what? I didn't like him dying. Why? Because it's like, well, damn. You know what? In most anime, it has to be one. Like, just fuck it. I'm just gonna kill myself. Like, I'm taking this for the team. You can't stop me. It's going down. There's always one. So I'm not gonna say, oh no, I like Ash dying. Yada yada yada. Did I cry? No. What I cried? No. Pikachu, you tried. But anyway, yeah. So nah, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say I don't know, because now that I think about it, even, and this is not comparing the two movies, but also with I can't. What's the other Pokemon movie? The newest one with, well, of course, live action Pikachu and Mewtwo in that one. They had him broken down pretty much into a human form as well. So it's like, over the years, and we've seen this with a lot of films, a lot of TV shows, just a lot of, what is it, media, the way they break a person down or break something down, like it's hardcore, like back in the days it's hardcore, is this, is that, then a couple of years later you get a little bit softer, and then I already said which did it better. I like the second one better, but then you get, it's just, they make things more human, more relatable, and it's just crazy how they do that. Like I said, they had Mewtwo being a badass in the first one, in the first Pokemon, animation. In the second one, Evolution, they had him kind of still a badass, but now we have time for our hearts to develop around him, and kind of like, you just want to grab Mewtwo. Don't do it, Mewtwo. Don't do it. Everybody's not like this kind of thing, But and then, like I said, in the Pokemon movie, The live action one or whatever, they pretty much have him being the good guy. Like, this is not Mewtwo's fault. Mewtwo wouldn't do this. So that's just crazy. But out of the two, I'll say it again. I like Evolution just because it gives us the backstory. Like, even with the first one, yeah, Detective Pikachu. That's the one. But anyway, even with the first movie, that really didn't stick out to me as to Mewtwo's plight and why Mewtwo did this, that, or the other. I was just in it because it was a Pokemon movie. I mean, who wasn't? Pokemon, Pokeballs, Pokecards. Who wasn't in it just to see a Pokemon movie? But now that you think about it, I'm like, well, damn. I did think about it last night. Like, damn, Mewtwo just walling. Well, damn, Mewtwo. I mean, everybody don't have the perfect life. But anyway, just to see people laughing in your face like that. So I mean, that don't mean you go out and become a terrorist. Now, I mean, you go out and become a terrorist or anything like that. But you got to work it out, and remember, Pokemon and it's not real. So we're in real life. You're gonna have to. Mewtwo suffered consequences, even though they didn't really look like it, but he did. So anyway, remember, you're gonna have to pay some consequences for your actions. So don't go out there doing crazy stuff. Which one do I think was better of the three mentioned? Detective Pikachu, Pokemon the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back. Okay, so I'll do a breakdown. So Pokemon the first movie and Mewtwo Strikes Back. I'm gonna go with Mewtwo Strikes Back. And so out of Mewtwo Strikes Back and Detective Pikachu, let me think. I'm gonna go with Mewtwo Strikes Back. I'm gonna go with Mewtwo Strikes Back. Why? Because they made Mewtwo too relatable. Like, we want to see the villain, but now you done really turn him into a Mr. Softy. I just played the ice cream truck theme song then. Like, he is too soft. Yeah, we want to see Mewtwo be good, but damn. Where's the terrorist that we knew? It's like, don't terrorize, please don't. But anyway, yeah, so it's like, well, damn, they kind of. I wasn't expecting that when I saw Detective Pikachu. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna see and whatever the case may be. But Mewtwo, he became a Mr. Softy or whatever the case may be. I mean, maybe he was tired of the bullshit, because Detective Pikachu was what year, whatever year, close in range. Was it 19? Probably around the same time. But anyway, I didn't pull that information up. I mean, I can, but then I'll be distracted again. But anyway, so yeah, it's like, damn. But I liked this one. The girls liked it, of course. They were sitting there watching it. Pikachu. Who doesn't love Pikachu? I don't think, did they see Ash die? Well, if they did, they probably didn't even recognize that anyway. But anyway, so yeah, I would recommend watching this one. I would say maybe watch this one before you watch the first one. But if you just want to watch the first one just to see, how vague it is, like, I think it's a little vague, now watching this one. So like I said, it doesn't cut to the point. It doesn't give you any room to mourn or have compassion for the villain. So this one really gives you a space to have compassion for the villain, to decide, pretty much whose side you want to be on, even though you want to be on the good person's side. But the good people are not always right. But this time they was right. They didn't do anything wrong. They're just trying to, maintain humanity. There's always a fight for humanity. Who wants to be in control? So yeah, Ash, of course, and his friends, like I said, they it's the same movie. So anyway, they you know Mewtwo steals a Pokemon, makes clones. The clones are fighting each other pretty much to the death. And so Nurse Joy pretty much tells them the only way that this is going to end is if Mew or Mewtwo dies. And Ash was like, nah, we're not having that. So, Mewtwo and Mew setting out their strongest blows. Ash, he's like, nah, stop, don't do that. No, no. And so he comes and he runs in between them. And what does he do? He becomes Stone. I wish he would have became Ash. That would have been way more funnier. But he becomes Stone. Pikachu goes over there crying. And the fact that Ash stood up for the Pokemon had a space for him in their heart because he stood up for them throughout the whole movie. So it's not just his Pokemon seeing the compassion that he has towards Pokemon or, towards, them or whatever the case may be. It's the fact that he has compassion towards all living beings. And so with that, he became, sad. All the Pokemon became sad. Their tears became so magical because they are magical creatures. So their tears, their magic tears poured over to Ash. And of course, Pichu. Oh wow, is that the girl name from Hunter x Hunter? Girl, don't be talking about me. But anyway, anyway, Pikachu's tears, of course, put the icing on the cake, even though he was sobbing the whole time. And he put the icing on the cake, and Ash came back to life. Okay, which movie made it more memorable? I like the way it looked in Evolution, but I'm going to say the first Pokemon movie because that's where I initially saw it, and I would have had the most amount of emotion at that time for Ash and the crew and the Pokemon, just because of me being a Pokemon, like a great Pokemon fan at that time. I mean, I already knew Ash was gonna die, going into this movie. So I'm gonna say the first Pokemon movie because that's why I first experienced it. So I mean, this one, I knew it was gonna happen. So it was like, oh no, no. It's like when you watch a movie and you know exactly what's gonna happen, but then you still don't want it to happen, even though you've seen the movie 50 times. Like, I know this is gonna happen, but don't go in there. Please don't. No, don't do it. Damn, you did it anyway, right? You watch the movie again later on, please, no, 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 I don't want you to go, right? Then they do it anyway. So yeah, so I mean that's what it is. So I'm just like, okay, let me think. What okay, in this movie it got I wanna say a 5.7 out of critic reviews. Yes, I am correct. A 5.7 from critic reviews. I can't remember how much the first one had. Let me check. Uh oh, I don't have it. I don't know. Okay, well anyway. Yeah. So this movie I would recommend. The kids can watch it. Of course, it's on Netflix. It has a viewer rating, not rating, but what's this thing called? Advisory, whatever the case may be. But I mean, it's not bad. Like they could watch it. The baby could watch it. The baby's just gonna listen anyway. But yeah, so I would recommend watching this movie because it is great. Like I said, I like the way this one looked more. I like the way this one looked. Oh, fear is bad according to Netflix. Funny. And remember to subscribe to our channel, like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Remember to wear your mask, and just throwing that in there. But anyway, yeah. So Mewtwo. I didn't, and you know what? I didn't look up the way that this movie is broken down because the first one was broken down into Pikachu's Vacation, which shows, this was. I want to say this one was kind of flipped around a little bit because it pretty much started out with the origin of Mewtwo in this one, to where the first movie, the second portion of the movie was considered the origin of Mewtwo. So this one pretty much started with the origin of Mewtwo and how he came about and whatever the case may be, because he actually is watching Ash fight while Ash is on vacation. So how is the origin going to happen after? So he's watching him fight. So he's pretty much, and I'm going to say this one's probably put together a little bit better because it introduces us to the villain first, so that we can start to get our own opinion and thought processes going towards this villain. Like I said, how we're going to feel about this villain, whatever the case may be, or why we should have, any feelings toward the villain. So, I mean, like I said, that's what all movies are. Like I said, I'm just glad at the way they developed this character in this movie. So anyway, Mewtwo strikes back. Like I said, he wants to claim his space in the world. Who am I? What am I? Where am I? How am I? Those types of things. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like the way that they did the beginning part of it this time, to where, like I said, you actually get an understanding of the. I'm gonna call him a main character because he is a main character. Mewtwo is a main character, the main villain or whatever the case may be. Because Team Rocket are villains as well, and even with Team Rocket, they're pretty much stepping back too. because they always chasing after Ash and whatever the case may be. And so, and then just the fact that Ash and them didn't even know that that was Team Rocket. Well, how y'all didn't know? Cut it out. Team Rocket always pulling one over on them, and that's just funny. Just commentary all the time. But even Team Rocket was like, "Nah, bro, we not dealing with this." But you know what I found funny was the fact that Meowth and his clone didn't fight. All of the clones were fighting each other, but Meowth and his clone decided not to fight each other. He was like, "Bro, your nails are sharp, aren't they? That's gonna hurt, right?" And so Meowth was like, "Yeah, my nails are sharp. That's gonna hurt too." So they both decided we're not about to fight. And I just find that to be funny because they are the villains. You'd have expected Meowth to, he drew the claws or whatever the case may be, but he didn't fight. You would have expected that to happen before, the good characters in Pokemon fought. But that was a little twist on it. So I found that to be interesting. Um, so what's my favorite Pokemon? I don't know. You know what? I can't say Charizard. I like Charizard. I do. But Charizard, me and his little attitude not gonna get along. Um, Squirtle's cute. Meow, nah. I don't want a cat. um, Misty had the cute one. I can remember. I can never remember what that little one is called. Misty had a cute one. I don't know. I would really have to go back through them again to determine which one is my favorite Pokemon. But I would have loved to have a Pokemon, especially back in my school days, just going out. Who needs school? Let's just go be Pokemon hunters. But yeah, let's go be Pokemon hunters. Why not? You got the Pokemon there to protect you from evil. You know what? Ash should have been dead. Now that I think about it, Ash should have been dead. He fell how many feet? He broke his back on the steps. I mean, come on, come on. Ash survived all of that, and he could not survive a blast from two of the strongest Pokemon ever. Come on, no, that is not real. It's like, well, he did take a nasty fall. Like he fell on his back. I'm sure his legs should have been in a cast, his arm, his neck, his back. Like he should just been in a whole body cast after that fall. That was hell. Even Mewtwo struck at him. Like, nah, I'm just gonna strike at you. I think he did it to distract Mew, but Mew was like, phew. And just the fact that Mew was playing around with Mewtwo, like pew, 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 pew. Like your attacks on her. Oh, you thought you got me? Nah, bro. Here, take this back. It's just crazy like that. So like I said, I like this one a little bit better. The kids will watch either one of them. This Pokemon, it increases your imagination. It it what's the word? It excites your brain cells. So give the kids something different to watch. Um, what would I rate the second Pokemon movie? I can't remember what I rated the first one. I can't. But I like this one. I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna give it a 4-4. That's what I'm gonna give it because I like the storyline of it. I like the development of the characters. Like I said, this Pokemon movie, of course, came out the first one, of course, came out when Pokemon were trending like ridiculously hard, where you had everything, the what's the stuff, the memorabilia, whatever stuff like that for it. So based on this Pokemon coming out, the Pokemon movie coming out at that time, and just how they went into this particular Pokemon movie, it's like, all right, because you should already have an idea of character development and what these characters are to each other and who they are in their places at a certain time, especially during the time frame that it came out. The only character we didn't really know was Mewtwo and Mew. But yeah, so, and just to remake it and kind of I'm gonna say brighten it up, because that's what it did. It brightened it up and it made you love the Pokemon series a little bit better, and I think I'm gonna rewatch the series. The Pokemon, with Ash, is running out. What is he, 10? I don't know. However old, because Mama let him go. Go on, Ash, do what you want. You don't need school. You don't need education. This just show you don't need an education. It's like, at least finish high school. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I am with this movie. And like I said, thanks again to the viewer who recommended this compare and contrast because I probably wouldn't have watched Mewtwo Evolution. Come on, but I'm glad I did because it was worth the watch and it was worth just kind of like seeing and comparing them. Because, like I said, there are differences, but there are also a lot of similarities as they are pretty much the same movie. Just one is more enhanced, one is more in depth. It gives you a 14-minute, differential 14-minute what 14 minutes more in the second movie than it does the first one. Who doesn't want more? Who doesn't want more? And the fact that these 14 minutes were not wasted at all. Like you were not bored with it. Like I didn't even recognize that it was 14 extra minutes. So, I mean, come on. They did a great job with this. So yeah, those are my thoughts and my opinions. I'm trying to make sure I thought about everything. And like I said, even with everything is pretty much the same. You know what? Even with them, with Mew just popping up behind Team Rocket, it's just crazy how Mew was just popping up behind Team Rocket all the time. I'm like, and like, oh, and what my part was as well was when after Mew and Mewtwo came to an understanding and Mewtwo took back the clones of the original Pokemon, he pretty much set them back to where it all began. So they had no memory or anything of the actual fight with Mewtwo or the fact that Mew was another Pokemon or any of that. And at first I thought that sucked. I was like, well, damn, but then I kind of get it because they were other Pokemon trainers there. Who knows who they would have told the information to, and so people would have actually been trying to go out there to find Mewtwo and Mew, and who's to say they wouldn't have found them? And like I said, this is just based off of this movie. I'm not getting into any other movies or any other things regarding Pokemon right now. But yeah, let's just say we don't know anything else going on. Who's to say they wouldn't have found them, and spread this information, which would have caused them to be found quicker and all types of other bullshit to happen. So I kind of at first I was like, damn, they had to fight the memory, but I'm kind of glad that they did because I mean, what they went through was detrimental. I mean, it is psychologically traumatizing. You about to be killed by the greatest Pokemon ever. So the fact that you're like, you know what, we're just gonna clear their memory. Let kids be kids, not put them in places to save the world. So yeah, and so and it was just crazy how there was a storm, and then the calm after the storm, and Ash actually saw Mew. And so Ash was the only one that saw Mew. Misty and Brock did not see Mew. So, Mew, I kind of think that, even though their memories were gone, that's going to be, they're not always gone. So that's going to be a piece of the memory that they remember. Or Ash is going to remember, like, Mew, he might start thinking about, Mew, 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 Mew. That sounds familiar, whatever. So, yeah, I, I like that they did that, but then I didn't like it. Then I liked it. I get it. Okay, that was cute. But yeah. So remember to subscribe, like, share these videos, please. And thank you to those who have, and thank you to those who have made recommendations, who continuously watch our videos. We greatly appreciate it. If you have any suggestions, you have any comments, you have any concerns, please let us know and we will address them accordingly. Remember that we are getting ready to head back into the cold months, and we know from the previous cold months when the pandemic started that there is a potential for a second outbreak to happen, which is around the fall winter time. So please buy your elderberry syrup, boost up your immune system, drink hot tea, hot coffee, whatever. Just sanitize, disinfect, clean, make sure that you are doing the best that you can to maintain your health, your family's health, your overall well-being. You cannot worry about what another person is or is not doing. You have to do your part. And if you worry about doing your part, then you are the next person doing their part. So yeah, just wear your damn mask. Yes, it's hot in there. Yes, during the summertime you had a mustache, it was sweating. But yes, just please be safe. We want this all to be over so that we can maintain our goal. It's not even gonna go back to, but start to develop a sense of, livelihood again. But just be safe out there and remember to cover your cough, wash your hands, wear the mask. Try not to scratch open surfaces such as your eyes. Remember, germs and stuff gets into your eyes as well. They are, that's why in Japan you see them with the whole face mask where it's covering the eyes too, because it can seep into the eyes. Remember that. So be careful. Sanitize your hands before you touch anything. If you have to go out, please be safe. We all miss our family and our friends and being able to interact the way we want to, but you never know. But anyway, I know I always go into a rant about this, but I'm tired of this. It's been a long time, almost a year of this. So, we want to return back. So just do your part. The kids have returned back to school. So those of us suffering with online learning, we felt it. We are feeling it. We are feeling it. Everybody's feeling it. It is different than the end of last year. Oh, okay. So yeah, it is different than the end of last year, which some of us experienced online learning, but now they're actually setting up online learning. So whatever, so you have kids, to stay strong. It's hard. It's hard for everybody. Stay strong. Stay in there. Remember the boys are out. 3 episodes have aired already. One more will air on Friday and every Friday for the time being. P Valley season finale, of course, already season finale was Sunday. Now we have the Book of Ghosts. That is a new series on Stars. There are a couple of new movies on Netflix that has, in the top 10 that are out. Remember, Sister came out on Netflix, and so I've been watching that. Girlfriends are scheduled to come out as well. And Greenleaf, I've been watching that as well. I did not know that that show was that good. So yeah, season 5 on Netflix on the 10th as well. So let me think. Mulan, how you feeling about Mulan? I can't tell you how I'm feeling because I haven't watched it. I don't feel like I don't want to pay the 30 for it. I'm sorry. Like I don't even know if I would have went to the movies to see it. But anyway, that's not what this is about. So if you watch it, let me know how you felt about it, and I might decide to watch it. Just let me know your opinions of it. But anyway, like I said, please remember to be safe, be safe, be safe. I can't stress that. A lot of people have contracted the virus and just glad that they have made it through because a lot of people are not lucky enough or blessed enough to have made it. So if you're not in that number, be blessed that you're not. And if you are and you're watching and are even if you're not watching, be blessed that you are making it or have made it through. And that's it. Remember to subscribe, like, share, give us suggestions. And like I said, your suggestion could be the next review as we are trying to make this happen for our viewers. This is for you. Thanks for tuning in. And remember to tune in on Tuesday for mine and Dave's review of I Don't Even Know Yet. That's what we're going to call it. I Don't Even Know Yet. But remember to tune in to mine and Dave's review on Tuesday, 10 o'clock. All right. Be safe.